Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, 2020. Today we're going to cover the IXL, finding the distance between 2 points. This is, let me open it up, IXL P.4, under 7th grade. Okay, so let's take a look at this problem here. So we're finding the distance between 2 points on a coordinate plane. So in general, when you're given a diagram like this, it's actually shouldn't be too challenging, okay? Because you can just go ahead and you can just count how many units are in between, okay? Now, you have to be careful though, because you do need to look at your axis, the scale of each axis. Notice that each little grid line is actually counting by ones. It's 1, then the 2, they don't write it in, but this would be 3, 5, 7, 9. It's always important to check that. It's the same along the X as well. Okay, so that means that each grid line here is counting by 1. So from here to here, you can just go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you should get 4 units in between. I'll use a different color actually. So you should get 4 units in between these. Now, I want to think about this in a couple other ways though. So, one way you can think about this is with what we were talking about yesterday. We do a translation. Translation. And we can think about, well, what if we started off here and then we move this point down here? Well, however much you move that point down, however much you translate it downwards, well, that has to be the distance it moved. So, if this is our starting point, or xy, nine 6, and then we know that we're going downwards, so our x is staying the same. And then we're going to do something with our y. We're not sure yet. We know our x stayed the same, right? We didn't move left or right. We stayed at 9. And then we know our y decreased by 4. It went from 6 to 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. So we subtracted 4 from our y. Well, 6 minus 4 is 2. So you see, it's the same coordinate, right? We see our translation was downwards by 4. Well, if it moves down by 4, the distance it moved was 4 units. Positive 4. Because you can't have a negative distance. I can't run negative miles. So our distance has to be positive. So if you think about this with a translation, you can see that we're shifting downwards by 4. That means the distance this point would move from here to here is 4 units. I'm sorry about the little pause there. I had a phone call. So, anyways, I'm gonna get back to the video. So we need to We used a translation. We saw that if we moved from this point to this point, it would have to move, the point would move a distance of 4 units. We also saw that if we just counted up on the coordinate plane, that there's 4 units in between these 2 points. We checked our scales on the sides to make sure that there's no surprises. There weren't, we're just counting by ones. So finally, the other way maybe you could have went about solving this is you could just think about, well, we're not moving left or right, we're just moving up or down. So you can actually just find the difference in the y's. And remember, the difference is the same thing as subtraction. So you could do 6 minus 2 to get 4, and that tells you that there's 4 units in between. That's how different these 2 units are from each other, or these 2 points. So let's look at another fresh example here. All right, let's take a look at this one here. All right, so again, when you're doing these problems, first thing you should always check is, what are you counting by on your coordinate plane? Well, it looks like we're going 0, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're counting by ones, and it looks like we're doing the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So we're trying to figure out the distance between these 2 points. So what we can do, we're going to use, we'll talk about 2 different methods here. Probably going to let the translation, we'll kind of move past that. It's just something to keep in the back of your mind. It is easier to solve problems like these with the other 2 methods I described to you. So probably the easiest way when you're given a coordinate plane is to just see how many units there are in between these 2 points. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 units in between. Now, another way you can think about this is we know that these are only different based off their y coordinates. So you can think about, okay, this is at 9, 8. We know to get from to the x-axis, that'd be 8. A distance of 8 from here, from this point down to the x-axis, plus another 4 to get down here. Right, from 9, 8 down to the x-axis would be 8 units in between, and then from the x-axis down to -4 would be another 4 units, so the distance total would be 8 plus 4, 12 units. Now, again, there's another way we can think about this. Remember I said we could also find the difference. Use a different color. Let's do green. So if we want to find the difference between our y's, right, we know the x's are the same, so there's no difference in our x, but the difference in our y's would be 8 minus -4, which we've talked about this plenty in class. You know, whenever you're subtracting a negative number like this, you can easily just turn this into addition. 8 plus 4 is 12. So 12 units. We got that answer 3 different ways. So let's do one more example. Let's do this one, because we're not actually given a picture here. Alright, so in general, it's never a bad idea to do a sketch. I do say you guys should use a piece of paper. So you can go ahead and do a little sketch of your coordinate plane. Something like this. We know x is left to right, y is up and down. So we know we have a point negative 9, 7. So we know this would be x then y. So negative 9, 7. So maybe negative 9 would be over here. Maybe 7 is somewhere up here. So we have a point right here. Call that's our negative 9, 7 or xy. Now we have this other point though, 15, 7, which we know our x is going to be 15. Maybe that'll be something over here. And then it's going up to the same amount. It's going up to the 7. So we can put it about right here. So what we're doing for this problem is we're trying to figure out the distance between the blue and the orange point. These 2 points they listed here. So in this case, we can't just use the grid to count it up. So we're going to have to think about this a little bit more. So we're trying to figure out, we know that it's not moving up or down between these 2 points, it's just moving left or right. So we're trying to figure out how much is in between. We're trying to figure out how different our two x's are. So one way you can do this is we can think about, well, from here to here, from negative 9, 7 to the y-axis, it'd have to be 9 units. And then you think about from here to here, because we know this is 0. We know from 0 to 15, well, there'd have to be 15 units in between. So we know that the distance between from here to here, from the blue point to the orange point, would be the sum of these two distances. So it'd be 9 plus 15, 24 units. Okay, so that'd be your final answer there. But let's do this in another way. Let's look at the difference. Okay. So first off, we know that our y is not going up or down. It's not changing. So we just need to find out what the difference between our two x values are. So we can take 15 and subtract negative 9. 15 minus negative 9. Well, remember, I said we can rewrite this. Subtracting a negative, we can turn that into a plus sign. And we can rewrite this as 15 plus 9. And what do you know? That's just what we had before. That gave us that 24. So there's a few different ways to go about these problems. What is most important is if you understand it. If you understand it, then you can just think it through. And these methods, well, if you just draw a picture, you see how they make sense, why they work. Remember, everything in math works for a reason, just like this. So that's all I have for you guys today. I miss you all. I hope you're all doing great, staying healthy, staying busy, having some fun, learning a lot. Just hope the best for you. So take care and goodbye.